Hi, today's video is gonna be a bit short and is to answer a common question I get when I say I sell brushes in Procreate or for Procreate actually. So this question is, do you need brushes? Do you need to get new brushes for Procreate? And the question is actually no. To create art, I think you don't need anything but yourself, your practice. And even though I sell brushes, yes, I am saying no, you don't need them. But I will tell you why I started making brushes, and maybe you will understand why. Maybe sometimes it's convenient to have brushes. Like for example, I created this with my new to be released extension pack of nature brushes. And the reason I started making brushes actually started with environments. I was having a lot of troubles creating environments for my characters at the beginning, and I was actually working on Photoshop. I was not working in Procreate. And then when I changed to Procreate, and I started seeing how easy and fast was to make new stamp brushes and create patterns and like creating fast drawings. I know you can also do it in Photoshop. Maybe my computer at that time was not the best for Photoshop. And still, it's actually not the best. I think Photoshop consumes a lot of computer power, and I only use it for other things, but not for drawing anymore. It's really rare that I go take the Wacom tablet and use it for what I use Procreate for. So that's one of the answers. And the thing I made these brushes is to speed up the process of what I want to do or what I want to create, especially when I have a client that wants to see like a fast sketch of what I can create. And even though like this will be like some stamps to say where the character will be, where like the scene will be taken, then this way is faster and doesn't mean that it's less of art. It's just that speed up your process. Okay, and yes, you can work without any of these brushes. I can make sure of that. And Procreate has great brushes in it. And if you're starting, I actually don't recommend to get brushes at the beginning unless you already have, I don't know, watched so many videos about Procreate that you really want to get new brushes. But to be honest, when I started with the sketching because it gave me the feeling of paper. And my favorite was the 6B pencil, which I actually modified so many times that I created my own set because I modified the brush to create what I have, what I feel when I use the paper and the pencils. And I drew at least like two book covers only with this brush, and their modification of course, but it was only this brush. And the other one I use a lot at the beginning beside this is in the inking. I use a lot the technical pen. I think it was my go-to brush for very good lining. But then of course I started to create in my own. That's how I started, at least. And I think if you watch many others artists in YouTube talking about Procreate, and if you see the first videos, they were not actually using their own brushes. They were using the brushes already in the brush library. And I do recommend it if you're starting to get a grasp of what you have and choose your favorite for your daily drawing. And as you can see here, I have this button set to my favorites right now, and some are already from Procreate, like the pencil. Well, this is a modified from me. This monoline is also a one that is modified from me. And This Inky is also a modified version, and the line art that is my favorite line art for creating comics. And this Inky that I have here, I call it Inky because is a little bit tricky. I actually haven't released this in any brush set because I'm still working on it. And I have one for like line art and one for writing. This you can actually change. I stopped using the quick menu, and except for the testing. When I want to test, I just change here in the quick menu which brushes I'm gonna test. But the rest, I'm actually using this, and it has the old name Line and 4 because I was using it for Line and 4, but then it stuck as my favorites. And this drawing I was doing here, as I told you, is made with brushes I created one by one. And actually I created most of them. Most of these I created the basic shape in Illustrator, and it takes a lot of time to create. And I noticed I have so many Illustrator files, and it took me a while to actually reorganize them and create these brushes, and I'm still working on them to make them feel like you can speed up the process. And for showing you that, I will just open a random shape here and showing how easy it can be, for example, to draw grass with this. So you can go and tilt your pencil up and down to create different hues, and then you can get grass that easily. To be honest, drawing these with only an ink or a monoline, well, actually for this I will not use this, but to use any of these brushes to create grass, it will take me a lot of time. And that is something that I did a long time ago when I worked with color pencils and paper. But now in the digital era, we have to acknowledge that this is a tool, and it's not less of an art if you use the tools. I mean, you can maybe go and hunt your food and cooking with wood and cut it with your teeth and your fingers. But no, we have tools, right? We use knife, we use cutting boards. And I always make this a comment because I have seen so many comments in internet that say, oh no, but you create digital art, that's not real art. I'm sorry, but art is very subjective, and it is what it is for you. And maybe you will see a very amazing portrait, and you will think that is art. But when you go to art school, they will tell you, well, yeah, you can practice this. It's very awesome that you practice shades and lights and everything in a portrait. But many teachers will tell you that is not art. And that's how you maybe see, like, I don't know, random shapes in a canvas, and people call it, oh yes, this is my abstract art. That's what I felt, what I was drawing, that's art. Well, maybe yes, for that person can be art, and maybe those lines did actually mean something for the person drawing it, and someone else looking at it will feel something else differently from what the person did. So yeah, this video turned out from do you need brushes or not for Procreate to the subjectiveness of art. Yes, that's my take. You can use anything you want, any tool you want to create the art you want. That's what you have to take from this. And I hope it is helpful for your learning, for your creativity, and for your creative process. And please subscribe and let me know in your comments what do you think art is. Do you actually need the brushes? You don't need the brushes? You like more creative or you like more realistic drawings? Let me know in the comments. I really want to know who is watching this. Okay, so see you next time. Bye.